Today we're doing the allocation video for our Sweet Pea litter of mini Labradoodle puppies from Van Isle Doodles. Hi, I'm Claire from Van Isle Doodles, and this video is going to let all of the families on our reservation list know which puppy has chosen them for their forever home. So next to pickup day, this is the most exciting day for our families. For me, it is the most fun day to tell everybody which little kid is going home with them. Pickup day is not as fun for me because that means we have to say goodbye to everyone. Now this litter is dual sired with smoochers and trip, and because of COVID, things are a little bit slower in the lab and with the mail service, so we do not know who the daddy is for any of these puppies. But that's okay. We know what each of the puppies is like. We know their temperaments. We know what each of our families are like and what they're looking for. And so we've been able to go ahead and do our matching. So we're going to do this in birth order of the puppies as we've done each of the videos. That seems to be the most fair way to do things. So we're going to get started right away so you don't have to listen to me and you will find out which puppy is going home with you. So we're going to start with Gray Collar Boy. He is our firstborn boy in the litter, and this is our incredibly good looking chocolate phantom tri puppy. Gray Collar Boy is going to be going home with Gretchen, and he's going to be living in Kimberley in the East Kootenay. Now, I used to live in Cranbrook in the East Kootenay, which is just a little bit a ways away from Kimberley. I actually live just out of town in between Kimberley and Cranbrook, so I'm really familiar with the area and all of the fun activities out there. Now, what Gretchen was looking for was a puppy to be her companion on all of her adventures. Living in Kimberley means you have a lot of opportunity to do many outdoor activities. Hiking, biking, and lots of water sports, kayaking, paddleboarding, swimming, and going to all sorts of gorgeous lakes, hiking through the mountains. It's just a beautiful recreation area out in the East Kootenay there. And Gretchen also really enjoys camping. She has a camper, and this is something she also wants to take her puppy on. And she's hoping that her puppy is also going to be able to give her some awareness if there's a bear nearby. So we also Gretchen also needs her puppy to be great with kids for when she goes to visit her own children and her grandchildren. And she's really hoping that the puppy she gets will be keen on doing some scent detection work. So we matched Gretchen with Gray Collar Boy for a few reasons. First of all, Gray Collar is a really mature boy for his age. He's very considered in his approach to life. He's never foolish and he's not goofy. He's lots of fun, but he's not a goofy kind of silly dog. He has a more serious type of personality than most puppies his age, which is what I mean when I say he is mature for his age. And this is a puppy who is going to form an exceptionally strong and deep bond with his person. He is going to be a very loyal puppy who's completely committed to Gretchen. He loves to be outside. That is one of his favorite things. He's usually the first one out the doggy door in the morning or any other time we open it up for them. And he's always sniffing around looking for some new adventure. So I'm pretty sure that scent detection is something that is going to be right up his alley. He has the necessary temperament for it, where he can be really focused and be really steady and really concentrate on what he needs to do for scent detection. Spirit really likes scent detection, and their personalities are somewhat similar in that regard. His temperament makes him a super fit for going in the kayak. Obviously, if you're in a kayak or on the paddleboard, you don't want a dog who's, hey, wow, look at me, and tipping you over. You want a dog who's able to understand when we're here and in the kayak, we sit and we look around and we enjoy the experience just from a seated position. We don't be going back and forth and getting all goofy crazy, right? And Mr. Gray Collar is going to be just perfect in that role. He's also going to be fine in the car. He quite enjoys car rides. So if he's traveling in the camper with Gretchen and they're driving from Kimberley over to Calgary to visit the grandchildren, he'll be fine on that type of a longer car ride. Again, he's the type of puppy who knows when to be quiet, knows when it's downtime, and knows when it's fun time. And hey, let's go for a bike ride, let's go for a hike, let's go for a swim. Wait, buddy? Yes, that's you I'm talking about. That's what you're like. And he is really an intelligent and inquisitive puppy. That is part of his nature. So I think that's really going to blend in well for the scent detection work that Gretchen is interested in. And also if she ever wants to do any sort of agility with him. He's going to be a physically active puppy, and I imagine far fitter than I'll ever be. And I think that is something that would really bode well for him in the future. He's also quite snuggly, as you can see. He is very happy to be on your lap, give you kisses, and be a real snuggle bug. And one other thing Gretchen mentioned to us is she has a lot of auburn coloring in her family. So she was looking for a dog that might fit in terms of that. Now he's not auburn, but he's sort of mahogany, but he does have the sort of auburn in his phantom markings. So he's going to fit in right away and just look like he's been a member of Gretchen's family forever. So congratulations, Gretchen. Gray Collar Boy has selected you. That's my baby, going to Kimberly. Next up is our little light blue collar girl. Here you go, Gray. Hello, sweetheart. Hi. Now, little light blue collar girl is our little chocolate tri girl. Hello, baby. And this little girl is going to be going to one of our guardian families. We are keeping 2 puppies from this litter as breeding prospects for Van Isle, and this is the first one in terms of their birth order. And this little puppy is going to Robin, John, and Shelby, and she is going to live in Victoria. Now, the reason why we picked this little monkey here, this little sweetheart, is because she has a lovely conformation. She's very nicely put together. She has this really pretty little head. Can you just pick your head up for a minute? Where she has this lovely little short nose, which is something that you always want to see in a Labradoodle. And she has a really strong stop, which is another thing you want in a Labradoodle. Great, nicely set ears. Beautiful forward structure. She has a lovely layback in her shoulders, and her rear angulation is just perfect. And her tail is where it should be, and her neck is also very nicely placed. So light blue collar is a little bit sassy. Now, John and Robin and Shelby, John and Robin are retired, and Shelby is going to university. He's actually studying kinesiology. So I think it'll be really interesting for him to be involved and watch how Miss Light Blue Collar's structure continues to develop and how she grows and becomes a mature girl. And this little lady already has a name. Her name is going to be Desiree. And she is named that because her full name is Van Isle's Desired Effect. Mom is Van Isle's Ripple Effect, and I'm pretty sure that Trip is her dad, and he's Van Isle's Triple Effect. So we have Desired Effect, Ripple Effect, Triple Effect. So she's going to be Desiree, and I'll bet you that'll get shortened down to Desi. Yes, I have a feeling that you might be Desi. I don't know for sure. But she's a very sassy little girl with lots of confidence. She's actually quite a bit like her mama Ripple. Not quite as much of the only child temperament that Ripple has, but she does have a very similar personality to Ripple. She's very gregarious, and she's fun, she's lively, and she's full of mischief. She's going to be a girl that's quite easy for them to train because she has a good level of intelligence. But John and Robin, be forewarned. She is the type of Labradoodle puppy who is going to use that Labradoodle intelligence to start training you right from the moment you take her home. She is always eyeing things up and looking for an angle and figuring, how can I get what I want, but still look like I'm doing what the people want me to do. So she's going to be lots and lots of fun for you, lots of personality. She's going to bring huge life into your home, and I'm sure there will be many times where you're laughing out loud at her antics. And you're always going to have lots of people stop you going, oh, look at that pretty dog, because she does have this really cool and unique markings and everything. She's very athletic, and Shelby is quite athletic himself, so I think she'll be a good partner for him in his athletic pursuits and endeavors. So she gets to go and live a really nice active lifestyle. She's going to live in Oak Bay, which is, or rather in Victoria, which is a lovely place for her to live, right near the beach and lots of parks, and she's just going to have a fabulous life. So that is Desiree off to Victoria with John, Robin, and Shelby. Here you go, beautiful Desi. Mommy loves you. There you go. Next up is Mr. Green Collar Boy. Mr. Green Collar Boy is going up the island, and he's going to Qualicum, where he's going to go and live with Deb. Now, Deb was looking for a companion that was full of snuggles and cuddles, and a dog who was also full of silliness and joy and love, and a dog who would be like her roommate. She wants a dog also who's going to be really good living in a condominium and happy to be anywhere, anytime, doing a number of different things. Just an easygoing kind of puppy. Well, Mr. Green Collar fills that bill. He's also the right size for her strata rules in her condo. He's the smallest puppy in the litter. And he's such a doll. He's so cute. His little self, he's just got the prettiest little face. He's just adorable, and it really matches his personality. He's happy-go-lucky all the time, really easygoing. This is one laid-back puppy. If you want to do this, hey, that's great. If you want to do the opposite, okay, I'm in. I don't mind. Whatever you want to do. Now, Deb wanted to have a puppy who would come along with her wherever she went and participated in everything she did. And he is just the right kind of guy for that. In Qualicum, they're really lucky to have some lovely patios where you can go and enjoy something to eat or some refreshments, and they're dog friendly. This is going to suit Mr. Green perfectly. He will be more than happy to sit at Deb's feet and watch the world go by. And he will really enjoy all of the attention he garners and soaking up all of that. Oh, look at that cute puppy. What kind of dog is that? Oh, oh, oh. He'll just think that is the cat's meow. He's very adaptable, and he really absolutely will not mind whatever it is that Deb is doing during the day. Mr. Green is the type of dog who gets all of his comfort from his people. He's going to form a really strong bond with Deb, and he will look to her for all of her cues. This will make it really easy for her to train him. He'll be more than willing to do whatever it is Deb wants him to learn how to do. He will focus really hard on watching, listening, and figuring out what the desired behavior is, and then complying and offering that behavior. He's not a dog who's ever going to challenge. He's not a dog who pushes the boundaries. He's just one that wants to be happy all the time and just fit right in. Aren't you? That's you. That's you, Mr. Green. Yes. He also really enjoys car rides. So if Deb's going to be driving to visit friends in different parts of the island, he'll be more than happy to be in the car. And if she's going to a yoga class, he'll happily wait in the car for her, although he'd probably be quite happy to do yoga too. He's a very quiet boy. He is the quietest puppy in the litter, so he will not have any issues with barking and fussing and making the other neighbors in the condo upset. We always recommend, though, to people who do have condos, let your neighbors know that you're getting a new puppy, because inevitably there'll be sometimes when they get excited and they bark, or they go in their crate and they whine. So if you just tell your neighbors and introduce them to your puppy, well, they'll fall in love, and they'll be much more forgiving than if you don't say anything at all. Snuggles and cuddles are this guy's specialty, but also a really deep, strong friendship with his person is going to be something that's his hallmark. Yes, he's just the nicest little boy ever. And he's really going to love going to the beach and going for walks and just having a wonderful life with his new mama, Deb, living in Qualicum Beach. That's Mr. Green. Next, we have Miss Navy Color. Miss Navy Color is our Ripple look-alike. She's very similar to Ripple in her temperament as well, but she does differ from Ripple in that she is similar to Desiree. Navy does not have that only child temperament. And Navy Collar, I know what her name is going to be. Her name is going to be Ivy. She is going to live with Rocky, Jen, and Wilson. Wilson is one of Ripple's brothers. So it's pretty cool, that family connection. Jen and Rocky are getting their second Labradoodle from Van Isle Doodles, and it is from their dog Wilson's sister. I mean, how cool is that? So I know that they're naming their puppy Ivy because Jen has had that name picked out for a number of years now. It has a special connection for her and very special memory for her. And what Jen and Rocky and Wilson were looking for really was companionship. They want a dog who more than anything is going to be right for Wilson. Jen and Rocky are totally devoted to Wilson. Wilson enjoys a wonderful life, and Wilson's happiness comes before Rocky and Jen's. So we picked Navy Collar Girl mostly because she is the right fit for Wilson. They even look somewhat similar. Wilson is a caramel party as well. He just is a little bit more lightly marked than Ivy is. So Wilson is the type of boy who gets along with everybody. He can be really gentle with a dog when it's smaller than he is, and Ivy will be smaller than he is. But he can play hard because his best buddy Oscar, who outweighs him considerably, they just get along fantastic. There's no issue there. I know that Wilson is going to have no trouble adapting to having a new friend in the house, and I'll bet you he thinks it's really great to have a new little sister come and live with him. This little girl is the type of girl who enjoys fun. She likes to play. She enjoys playing with her litter mates. She enjoys playing with her toys. As you can see, she's chewing away on the toy right now. She loves going down the slide. She loves to play tug, and she's already started chasing the ball. So I think with Wilson, she's just going to be in seventh heaven and think she has really hit the jackpot, because she'll have a wonderful mommy and daddy with Rocky and Jen, and then she'll have this terrific big brother Wilson. And Wilson is going to be the type of dog who she's able to follow and lean on and learn from. So training her is probably going to be a breeze. I suspect much easier than training Wilson, because Wilson will be there to provide Ivy with all of the examples and cues she needs. And dogs really do that. They suss out the situation much more readily when there is another dog there and whose example they can follow. This little baby is gregarious. She is super social. Jen and Rocky love to get doodle romps all together and get all the Van Isle doodle families together and other doodle people as well. Get everybody all together for a great big doodle romp. And this is just the type of little lady who is going to fit into that perfectly. So that's our Ivy. She's going to go to Wilson, Jen, and Rocky and live in Victoria. Right, Ivy? There you go. Next is Purple Collar Girl. Hello, Purpy. Hello. Purple Collar Girl is our other breeder prospect. And this little girl is going to go and live in Oak Bay with Tina and Michael. And her name is Tippy. Now, typically, we name our guardian dogs, and we ask that our guardians use the name that we choose. However, sometimes we don't do that if there's young children involved or for some other reason. And at first, when Michael and Tina were being guardians, we had thought we were just going to keep one puppy, because we expected, if we were lucky, we would get 5 puppies from Ripple, not 6. And so one day in our correspondence, Michael happened to mention to me that he thought a really neat name for a Trip and Ripple puppy, combining the names and the fact that it was the effect and all of that, would be Tippy. And I just thought that was the cutest name ever, and I really, really liked it. And I thought, oh, this would be just perfect if you have a party, because they're kind of tipped in colors. And then look what happens. We have this absolutely stunning brown and white party girl who is breeding quality. And so she is going to go and live with Michael and Tina in Oak Bay and have the name that they picked. I just can't imagine anything better. Now, the reason we picked this little girl as a breeding prospect starts with her head. She has this absolutely gorgeous, great big blocky head. This is the epitome of what a Labradoodle breed standard calls for in terms of what their head should be like. Nice, big, solid head, square shaped, a really nice big block. Not the poodle-y shape, very much the Labrador influence that you see here. Similarly, her entire structure is very nice. It's square, it's nice and sturdy, it's lower to the ground, and she has a nice blocky look all the ways around her. And she has white eyelashes, which is just something very, very special. That's a very special feature. It really has nothing to do with anything. I just think it's kind of cool when you have white eyelashes. Yes, I do. This little girl is a bug of love. She is also very cuddly. She's very confident. She's gregarious. She's very friendly. She enjoys meeting all sorts of new people. She loves kids. She loves people. She loves playing with the other dogs. Her most fun thing, though, is to have a snuggle. She really likes to be picked up and have little snuggles and cuddles. She really likes that. Smart as a whip. She's not quite as manipulative as Desiree is. She is more apt to listen to what you say and just go along with it rather than trying to figure out, how can I do what I want but still look like I'm doing what the people want me to do. And she's quite kissy too. Yes, she is. She learns really fast. When Taylor's been working with her, it's been super. Well, I forgot to mention on green collar for Deb's dog, he was the one who has always been the easiest to crate train. Zip noise when he went in the crate. Purple is also really good in the crate, pretty much zero noise. Now Michael and Tina also live in a condo, so this is another reason why this guardian dog went to them as opposed to the other guardian dog, because we know that Tippy is a quiet little girl. Very, very acquiescent, really happy to find out what you want to do, and she has wonderful eye contact. She's quite gentle with her mouth. She does bite. They all bite, but she's easy to redirect, as you can see, and she's quite gentle when she does bite you. It's that she doesn't leave any marks behind, as sometimes some of the other ones do. So this is a dog that is going to bring Michael and Tina in Oak Bay many smiles and lots of fun and love. So that's Miss Tippy off to Oak Bay. And last but not least, we have Yellow Collar Girl. Yellow Collar Girl is going to Victoria, and she's going to go and live with Kim, Russ, and Henry. Henry is a Labradoodle from Van Isle Doodles as well. So Kim and Russ are also getting their second puppy from us. And Henry is a caramel and white party. So now they have a caramel and white party boy and a chocolate and white party girl. So they've got a boy and a girl. Their family's complete. Yay, all balanced. Now, what Kim and Russ and Henry were looking for was, of course, a puppy who's going to be able to get along with Henry, not upset his world, not rock his boat and make him feel, oh, geez, I just got usurped. What happened here? They also need a puppy who is very gentle and really kind with kids, because Kim runs a daycare at home. And they also want a puppy who likes to do all the activities they enjoy, which are typical Vancouver Island activities, where we all enjoy going to the beach, we like going hiking, and we love to go out to all the farmers markets and just enjoy all of the outdoor life and opportunities we have here on Vancouver Island. We're so lucky to live in such a beautiful part of the world. So this little lady, well, she has the softest and most gentle mouth ever. She is so kind and so sweet. And children are her magnet. When we have been doing our assessments and socialization with the puppies, this is the one that gravitates to children the most. Child, whoosh, Yellow Collar is making a beeline over there, aren't you? Yes. She's very, very focused on children. And she's not the type of dog who takes advantage of children, recognizing that they're smaller than she is. She's the type of dog who enjoys being with children and interacting with them. Not the type who's going to try and bully them and push them around at all. Are you? No, not at all. That's not your temperament whatsoever. She's just the quintessential child lover. That is her strongest attraction. She's not overconfident and she's not aggressive. She's the type of dog who will take it very seriously if you give her a stern face. I doubt you will ever have to raise your voice to her. It will just require a little bit of a frown and maybe a pointed finger, and she'll be like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'll never do that again. And she probably won't. She's going to be a breeze to train, and being able to have Henry to guide her and Henry's example to follow, she'll fit right in. Now, I know Henry really enjoys his nap times, and Henry really likes his downtime, and he likes to curl up in the sun, or he likes to find his favorite spot in the house. And when the kids from daycare are having their naps, Henry always has his naps. And Miss Yellow Collar, she's the type of girl who will do that. She loves her naps too. So quite often when all of the puppies are outside and they're all still roaring around, she's back inside the house and she's snuggled up in her bed, and she will pick the crate to lie in quite frequently. So I think that is going to be a really good bonus and an advantage for Kim and Russ and for Henry. I don't think Henry will feel overwhelmed by her activity level or feel that he just has had too much and he wants to escape from her. He may from time to time. I mean, she is a puppy still. She's not going to be perfect. No, she's not going to be perfect, but pretty close, right? Pretty close. That's you with your little bullseye. She is going to also be very sensitive to the fact when it's time that she be on her own and that Kim has to go and look after the kids, and that that will be her downtime and her quiet time. So that is where Miss Yellow Collar is going off to live with Kim and Russ and Henry in Victoria. So there you go, sweetie. Mwah. Mommy loves you. I just love her little bullseye on her eye there. A little bit different from Purple Collar, who has the all-white face. So that's all the puppies. I'm not going to tell you anything else today because I know you're all going to be super excited and figuring out names for your puppies if you haven't already. As I said, I just know the guardian dog's name and Ivy's name so far. So please, in the comments below, write down what you are thinking of for a name, or if you already have it, write what your name is. All these puppies are in Head Start, and it's really helpful if we know their names and we can start using them right away. Desiree and Tippy have a little bit of a head start there, and Ivy too, because we've known those names and we've known who's going where probably for the last 3 days or so. So they've already started to learn their names and what to come to and to get familiar with them. And Jen, if you want to, tell the story about why you picked Ivy for the name for your puppy. And everyone else, if there's a story behind the name you're picking, let us know what it is. We're always so interested in why people choose the names they do. And if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. We hope you're all just delighted with our selections for you. We know that we couldn't be happier to have so many wonderful families for our amazing little Labradoodle puppies to go to. And we'll see you all again really soon. Thanks so much for watching.